Hey everyone, welcome to the Vita Cast episode 99. Yes, that's right, 99. It's me, Tyler Woltoff, your host, along with co-host Kyle Wakeling. What's up, Kyle?
Not too much. What's up with you, Tyler?
Not a whole lot. It's weird recording this and talking to you at 3 in the afternoon.
Indeed, it is.
People probably don't know, but I switched shifts, so now I work the morning shift. So now I'm actually off work at a normal time when it's bright outside and whatnot. Instead of getting home at 2 in the morning, everyone's gone and sleeping. So it's really weird. It's messing up our whole thing though for podcasting if you don't realize that it's Friday and normally we have an episode up on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, it's gonna take some figuring out. So hopefully we can get something figured out and this won't happen again, but you never know. So we're both busy guys in the afternoon, it appears. Well, anyways, this is the Vita Cast. We're one away, Kyle. It's so close. It is so close.
It is so close, man. It is.
It's
I
crazy.
can't believe that I can't believe that we've almost made it to 100, Tyler. This is kind of crazy.
We should just stop now. Too much pressure.
Definitely. We don't want to take it into that 100 because then they'll expect even more at 200, and then I can't even imagine what they would want at 300, man.
Yeah, I don't even know. That's 201 episodes away, Kyle.
Man, it's too much pressure.
It is. Anyways, we're excited though, for real. We'll be doing a live stream this Sunday, November 1st. So I know this is probably something we're going to mention in the talking points, but I think it's a good idea to mention it early so you're prepared. So episode 100, we're live streaming it. Are we live streaming it on my channel, Kyle, or were we going to go on yours, or what were you thinking?
We're probably going to be on your channel, Tyler.
All right. So if you don't know my Twitch channel, it's twitch.tv/Mr. PSVITA Reviews, spelled exactly how it sounds. And yeah, we'll be tweeting it out like crazy. I believe we're starting at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Perfect. So everyone has a chance to join. Hopefully you're not busy. Clear your schedules if you are, because it's going to be great. We've got a lot to talk about. It's going to be a little different structure than a normal episode, but for good reasons. So look forward to that. Anyways, enough about that. We still got this episode to get through, so let's get through it. Kyle, we're going to talk about what we've been playing. What have you been playing?
All right, so what I've been playing. I've been playing a lot, but not a lot in terms of a lot of games, a lot of what I've been playing. So I Platinum Code Realize, which is my most recent review, so I'll kind of talk about that in a minute. We'll save that for the review bit. But it also inspired me to go back and finish some of the routes that I hadn't completed beforehand on Amnesia Memories. So I went back and went through a couple of the good routes and then finished out the bad routes kind of quickly just to get them over with, and grabbed the platinum on that one as well. So 2 platinums this week, which is nice because I haven't gotten any in a while. And then I've also been playing Super Beat Sonic, which is my next review game, and it's so good. The music is just awesome, and some of the songs I have literally just replayed over and over 10 times in a row just because they're badass. So I'm enjoying it, to say the least. What about you, Tyler? What have you been playing?
Sadly, I haven't really been playing anything because I've just been... Yeah, I've been way too busy. With this schedule switch, it's been fun trying to get used to it and figuring out exactly what to do and all that. So I've only played one game, and it's Super Beat Sonic as well, like what you played, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The game's fun, but yeah, I haven't really had that much time. I've maybe played 10 or 20 minutes this entire week. Literally not that much.
Tyler.
I know.
I think I have more than that in gameplay video up right now on the Vita Lounge Play channel, Tyler.
Yep. Yeah, I literally haven't done it much. It's been upsetting, but I've just been way too busy to do anything, so it kind of sucks. But hopefully I can get back onto the Vita train soon, because that's a fun ride.
Tyler, As your Vita therapist, I prescribe you at least a half hour of Vita gaming after this podcast is over.
I'll do what I can. Although I'm like
Better.
busy right after it, so I don't know.
Sometime tonight, Tyler. Sometime
Hopefully.
tonight. Half hour of Vita gaming.
I have to
Or else
work
you're gonna
tomorrow.
die from anti-Vita poisoning.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, yeah, hopefully I can play some more, so... Let's jump into those reviews we've got from this week. We got quite a bit here. So first up, we've got Samurai Warriors 4-2. It was reviewed by Colin. He gave it a 4 out of 5, and he says, quote, I personally have enjoyed every second of the experience, and I have found myself coming back again and again. It may be repetitive, but it is importantly fun and perhaps perfect to play in small bursts on the go. The attempts at depth through story elements fall flat, but this shouldn't matter when the combat is fun, rewarding, and addictive. End quote. So it sounds like he's giving it some high praise. I'm not the biggest fan of these Samurai Warriors type games, but if you're a fan of these, then it looks like this one's a good one to be picking up. Kyle, what about you?
Yeah, not a big fan either. Unless it's tinted with some Senran Kagura, I'm not really interested.
Well, all right.
Alright, so moving on to the next review. The next review was Kung Fu Rabbit, which was done by Liam. He gave it a 3.9 out of 5, and he says, quote, Kung Fu Rabbit is a fantastic port of a mobile title that feels like a Super Meat Boy clone, but with less flesh involved. It's a bit easier on difficulty, so people will easily be able to pick it up, but it can get frustrating and rather challenging in later levels. Definitely worth playing if you've yet to try it out, end quote. And I believe that was a Plus title as well, wasn't it, Tyler? Just this last month?
I believe so. I don't remember when, though.
Yeah, so recently, if you've picked it up for Plus, maybe you should try it, because 3.9 out of 5, that's not a bad score at all.
Not at all. All right, next up, we've got WRC 5. This was reviewed by Paul. He gives it a 3 out of 5, and he says, quote, if you don't have either WRC 3 or 4, then I would suggest that you pick up either of those instead. Despite the improvements in the car performance, what's here isn't really that much better, and those games also have online. If you need to have the latest game and online isn't a deal breaker, then you may well enjoy WRC 5, as Cliotone games have a good base here to improve on for future installments. But the presentation issues in this edition may annoy you, end quote. And I did pick this one up. It is a little lackluster. I really enjoyed WRC 4 on the Vita. I had a lot of fun with that, and I still want to get the Platinum Trophy on that game, and I just don't have anyone to play with because the Platinum Trophy requires doing online races. Anyways, WRC 5, it's I don't know what it is. It feels so different from WRC 4. Like, I was able to just cruise through courses on WRC 4, and I could just anticipate how each turn was going to be, how fast or how slow I needed to be going through a turn and all that. Like, it just felt good. WRC 5 is so different feeling. Like, your co-driver will tell you, like, here comes a turn 3 or something like that, and, you know, the numbers represent how difficult the turn is, 1 being the hardest all the way up to 5 being the easiest. And the driver will be like, turn 3, up ahead. And I'm like, all right, turn 3, so I got to slow down a little bit, but I can still have some decent speed. And it turns out that it's like a sharp turn, and I'm slamming into the wall, and I was like, what the hell? And then, like, another turn 3 will come up, and it's easy. So that it doesn't seem like there's any, like, cohesion in between the turn calls and stuff like that. So it gets really frustrating. I've even had a moment where my co-driver just stops talking and doesn't even tell me what's coming up. And I was like, well, you're useful. So
Surprise, motherfucker.
yeah, I just had to learn the track on my own. So it was terrible. But I would definitely agree with Paul. Grab WRC 4 if you can. I have never played WRC 3, so I can't say anything about that one. But if you have the money, 4 is the one that you should pick up first. Anyways, Kyle needs to get 4 as well. But
yeah, you just want me to help you with that platinum, Tyler.
maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think probably the main difference is because of the developer on that one, with Kiloton doing this newest installment and Milestone doing the old ones. They're too far apart in their vision, kind of, I guess. So you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Anywho, moving on to the last review of the week, my review, Code Realize Guardian of Rebirth. I give it a 4.4 out of 5, and I say, quote, Code Realize Guardian of Rebirth is an Otome visual novel that has a lot more depth to it than you might expect. The stories are intricately interwoven, the characters are varied and well developed, and the setting is fantastical and unique, all adding up to an experience that you'll never forget, whichever suitor you choose. End quote. So, as I said, Otome visual novel, you're playing as a girl, all your love interests are guys. They're also, these fantastical people from history and historic novels. And basically, it's just a really good adventure visual novel. Otome or not, the stuff that goes on, the way that they worded it, the way that it kind of interweaves through the different stories depending on which ending you're going for. It's just brilliant. Like, I had such fun playing it that I completely forgot it was geared towards women, even though, I'm playing as a woman and there's some dudes. So, yeah. It's good. I recommend it. My review on the site is spoiler free if you're looking to, find out about the game without ruining anything. I literally don't spoil pretty much anything you don't learn in the first 5 minutes. So if you're, looking for a reason to pick it up, my review will help you out. And there's also an introduction to video up on the Vita Lounge's Lounge Play channel. Goes through the prologue of the game, which is about an hour long, and details some of the features and stuff. So if you're interested, check it out. I gave it a 4.4 to 5, so obviously I loved it. Tyler, you should get it.
I'll get it for my girlfriend.
She'll play it, and she'll be like, Tyler, you have to play this.
Well, if I buy it for her physically, then I'll be able to play it easier.
Well, you should, because it is physical.
It is. I will eventually. But anyways, there you go. There's all the reviews. Quite a bit this week, so definitely head onto the site and check out some recently reviewed games to see if any of those grab your attention. Let's head on to some more games that are coming out and that have already come out because we're late. And yeah, anyways, it's the new releases. For North America, we got Foul Play for $9.99 and Trials in the Sky SC for $29.99. It released Thursday on the 29th. Is that a Vita game? Or is that
it's a PSP title that works on Vita.
Okay. Alright. Well, Kyle, tell them what they're getting in Europe land.
Alright, in Europe land, they're getting Bombing Busters, which was out Wednesday the 28th. It's £5.79, €6.99, and $10.45 in Australian dollars. And Samurai Warriors 4-2, which was released today, Friday the 30th. And it's £32.99, €39.99, or $59.95 Australian dollars.
All right. Any of those you getting, Kyle?
Well, I don't know, man. Trails in the Sky SC. I never played the first one, and it's a PSP game. But everyone's like, it's so good, it's so good. So I'm like kind of tempted, but I don't know. I'm sitting on the fence, so somebody push me one way or the other.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I don't really know actually a whole lot about Foul Play, so I can't comment too much on that. And Bombing Busters is not for me, and we've already talked about Samurai Warriors 4-2, so yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with everything you said, so I won't reiterate what you already said about the same things. So, let's head on to the news for this week. We've got a few here, so we'll get right into it. First up, Marvelous Inc. and Kanichiro Takaki, or Senran Kagura fame, recently announced a new beat-em-up called Uppers for the Japanese market. Uppers features battles of the over-the-top beat-em-up variety. Attacks will change based on posture and positioning, and button mashing will be your friend, allowing you to beat your enemies into a pulp, toss them through walls, and even blow them up somehow. This is a game for the creator of Senran Kagura, or this is a game from the creator of Senran Kagura, after all, so you can expect some system similarities and familiar battle mechanics. Winky face. Oh, and did we mention that beating down an enemy in front of a girl will enable you to power up and motorboat her breasts? That too. Well,
yeah, Tyler.
I can just see Kyle's smirk growing over there.
Mwahaha.
Anyways, how about the protagonists, though? Well, we've got two, Ranma and Mitsuru. Ranma Kamashiro is a bored young man with a lack of fighting experience. That said, he's a natural talent due to the strength and body size passed down from his parents. He travels to the island the game takes place on with his childhood friend Mitsuru. Here are some of his stats. Age 17, height 180 centimeters, blood type B, fighting style freestyle, finishing move dropkick, favorite music idol music, main hobby futsal, don't know what that is, favorite food hamburger, specialty smartphone games. Mitsuru Sakurai is a hot-blooded male with the desire to test his fighting abilities, and he tends towards circling maneuvers and mind games to win. Despite his looks and the mind games, however, Mitsuru is a friendly person and tends to make as many friends as he does enemies. Here are Mitsuru's stats. 17 years old, 176 centimeters tall, blood type 0, fighting style kickboxing, finishing move jumping knuckle, favorite music J-pop and R&B, main hobby futsal, favorite food beef stew, specialty lifting. Uppers is currently set to release in Japan in the spring of 2016 with no news on a Western localization. But Kyle is begging.
Please.
Next up, Marvelous has dropped some Valkyrie Drive Bubikuni. Sure. Battle details, along with some Neo DX limited edition details. Battle in the game can be engaged in via air or ground with the square and triangle buttons, providing the keys to a variety of combos. You can also use the circle button to attack with a press triggering an upward swing and a hold executing a knockback. The right trigger allows you to evade, and the X button will put you in Phantom mode. In Phantom mode, you get a speed boost, allowing you to take out close enemies and close the gap on further ones with ease. It works both on the ground and in air, as most actions do in this game, and is a valuable move that will get you out of some tight spots. Damage dealing in battle will result in a costume break, with strong or sustained attacks able to take your entire outfit. That said, attacking enemies will raise your synchronization rate, with the extra sync able to fill up your drive gauge up to 4 times over. The more times it's filled, the more powerful a weapon the girls can become. In addition to new details on the gameplay, we've also got a look on at the contents of Neo DX Limited Edition, which includes the following: a special edition box illustration by Mana Kakawari, an art book with character designs and illustrations, original soundtrack CD, drama CD, and Valkyrie Drive limited box art. Valkyrie Drive Bikuni is due out in Japan on December 10th, with buyers of Neo DX pack getting priority ticket purchasing rights for the Valkyrie Drive Project All-Star Thanksgiving event held on February 7th. You'll have until December 23rd to submit your application. Next up, award-winning puzzler Tumblestone will be making its way to PlayStation Vita. The game's official website has confirmed. The official synopsis of the game is as follows. Tumblestone is a casual puzzle and competitive multiplayer game from the creators of The Bridge. Tumblestone's beautiful, hand-drawn artwork will captivate you, while the maddeningly addictive gameplay will keep you playing just one more round with your friends. At first glance, Tumblestone may resemble other Match 3 games, but it completely reinvents the genre into a deep and cerebral puzzle-solving experience that you won't forget. Interested? Stay tuned on the Vita Lounge for more news as we get it.
Next up, ever wanted a Gundam-themed PlayStation Vita or PlayStation TV? Well, you're in luck, as Sony Computer Entertainment have revealed a Gundam-themed Vita will release alongside the game in Japan later this year. The consoles will release day and date with Gundam Extreme Force, the upcoming PlayStation Vita exclusive mech game. The Gundam-style Vita itself is priced at 27,980 yen plus tax and will come in 2 models, a black Vita and a white Vita. Both have their own unique design and will come with a copy of the game, an AC adapter, and a USB cable packaged in a Gundam-themed box. The PlayStation TV is exclusively in Glacier White and will be priced at 18,180 yen plus tax. This will come with a copy of the game, a special box, USB cable, AC adapter, and a power cable. Obviously, this is likely to be Japan only, but that won't stop people from importing as usual. Do what you gotta do, guys. Moving on. Grab your guns and prep your mech because this week was Liberty Day. Arrowhead Studios is celebrating the occasion with a new update for Helldivers, which makes the war to spread democracy through the universe even more intense. The new 4.0 update brings with it new missions, new tasks, and a new name. Now known as Helldivers Democracy Strikes Back, the free expansion continues in the tradition of the previous two updates. Players will now be able to level up to rank 50, which is 20 ranks higher than before. It's a long and brutal battle to rise that high, but perhaps the new mission type will aid in that quest. Also included in the expansion is the new Retaliatory Strike mission. This has the Helldivers dropping down into an enemy stronghold in need of liberation. Waves of bugs, bots, and Borgs will do their best to kick you out, but democracy must prevail. It's a new mode that provides a whole new set of challenges, to overcome. There are also two new DLC reinforcements which can be purchased separately. They include the Terrain Specialist and the Precision Expert. The Terrain Specialist will be able to navigate through the areas that bog down normal Helldivers. Thanks to specially equipped boots, they will be able to quickly navigate through the snow or swamp, making it easier to evade the enemy. The Terrain Specialist pack includes All-Terrain Boots perk. The Helldiver All-Terrain Boots allows you to power through difficult terrain, great for snow planets or when you need to cross a swamp. The Missile Barrage Stratagem. A portable missile battery fires a salvo at the targeted location, pretty much obliterating anything in the targeted area. And the Terrain Specialist Uniform, a cosmic helmet, armor, and cape. The Precision Expert is quicker at deploying and firing lethal stratagems than your average Helldiver. They can provide artillery strikes or orbital bombardments with a higher rate of accuracy than the other soldiers. The Precision Expert pack includes Precision Call-In perk. Better targeting data when calling in stratagems allows them to be delivered faster. Stratagem call-in time is lowered by 1 second. Precision Artillery Strike Stratagem. An artillery strike fired in a tight cluster with top modern homing sounds able to alter their trajectory. It uses the same targeting algorithm as the rail cannon strike. And the Precision Expert Uniform, a cosmetic helmet, armor, and cape. The fight to protect Super Earth is far from over, and only when the enemy gets a taste of democracy will the universe once again be safe. The update is available now, so get downloading and get back to defending democracy. And next up, Sinnock Games announced on the European blog that their interpretation of the classic explosive title Bomberman will release this week. Ian Marshall, the manager for Thai Studio, said that the game is about to rock the PlayStation Vita and will see you bombing swarms of critters in 30 mazes, featuring hellish bosses along the way. Featuring cross-buy with the PlayStation 4 version, Jan described the game as ranging from hard to harder, hardest, and then extreme in difficulty, but says that you can easily restart if you fail or even skip bosses if you need to. Set amongst 5 picturesque worlds, you'll encounter lots of environmental gimmicks, items, and power-ups. Jan also describes a multiplayer mode, but it seems to require a PS4. We're trying to clarify if there's any other Vita multiplayer options.
Alright, next up, Spike Chunsoft are working with Tomohiko Deguchi, director of Grand Knight's History, for their upcoming PlayStation Vita title, Grand Kingdom. The tactical RPG is set to release on the Vita next month, but there will be a playable demo available ahead of the game's Japanese release date. In the game, you'll send out mercenaries into combat to fight as part of one of the 4 major factions in the game's fantasy world of magic and swords. Grand Kingdom features a turn-based battle system, putting emphasis on both short and long-ranged positioning. The game will also feature a class triangle system for fights, with mages beating melee units beating long-range shooters, and long-range shooters beating mages. Grand Kingdom will feature a 4th unit type known as the Specialists. These include classes like the Challenger and boast a variety of abilities. One thing of note is that the Specialists don't have any notable strengths or weaknesses against other classes. There's no set date for the demo just yet, but for those that purchase the game after playing the demo, you will be pleased to know that the save data will carry over to the full game. Grand Kingdom is set to release in Japan on November 19th. Sega has dropped some media for 3 new support characters in its upcoming enhanced version of Fighting Climax. Dubbed Ignition, this revamped version of Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax won't just have 4 new playable characters added to its already impressive roster, it'll have 3 new support characters added to the mix as well. Ira Kana from... that's probably not right. Ira... maybe it is. From Ira no Sora, UFO no Natsu, and Tomo Asama from Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere, and Zero from Zero Kara Hajimuro Maho no Show will officially be joining the list of playable characters in Ignition. Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax Ignition hits Japan on December 17th.
That was funny to hear. Oh, man.
Well, I
Continue.
did my best. Next up, a new bit of information for Sega's upcoming title Hatsune Miku Project Diva X has been released that details the game's skills, elements, and latest confirmed songs. In the game's live quest mode, there are 5 different types of areas that exist. These are as follows: neutral, cute, cool, beauty, and chaos. All of the songs that feature in the game are situated in one of these areas. Each accessory and module that you equip in Hatsune Miku Project Diva X will have a set element. If you coordinate your accessories and modules with the element of the rhythm game, you will see that the initial value of your voltage rate will increase, allowing you to earn voltage more efficiently. An example of this is in the Rene Saibon song, which is tied to the cute element. By combining the school module with the sheep horns, giant glasses, name tag, and wings of light accessories, you will find that you receive a 40% voltage rate bonus. Elements. You can also play without the need to coordinate your favorite accessories and modules. You may find, depending on how you arrange your accessories, that you will get a non-elemental rated bonus. An example of this is when the school bag and dizzy glasses accessories are both equipped, you will receive a 12% committee chairman bonus. Skills. Each module has its own set skills that will influence the rhythm game. Examples of these skills include Rate Up, which lets you earn more voltage, Recover, which covers up any mistakes you make, and the skills that influence module drop rate, and many more also. We've got a list of songs here. There's going to be some terrible pronunciation coming up, so enjoy. I No Uta by Lamaze P, attribute neutral, module Hatsune Miku V3 designed by Eximia? I don't know. Sugiyagi Staccato by Toa, attribute cute, module Pizza Coda, designed by Amamura. Lost One no Gokoku by Neuro, attribute cool, module Astray, designed by 456. No Nai Kakume Girl by Maruto, attribute beauty, module now I can't say normal words, ambivalence, designed by Hoshima. Mrs. Pumpkin no Koki na Yum by Hachi. Started off easy, then I lost it. Attribute Chaos, module Pumpkin Dream, designed by Hachi. Hatsune Miku Project Diva X is set to release in Japan sometime during March of 2016. Kyle loves me.
I do. Next up, and the home stretch here. Bandai Namco recently revealed the release date for upcoming Kamen Rider Batride War Genesis, dropping the information via the latest Famitsu. Priced at a cool 6,100 yen for the standard edition, or a more hefty 10,200 yen for the Memorial TV Soundtrack Edition, Kamen Rider Batride War Genesis is officially set to launch in Japan on February 25th. In addition to details of a release date, the latest Famitsu also mentions that Takeshi Hongo, the original Kamen Rider, will appear, and that there will be stages modeled after the first episodes of each rider's series. Are you ready to ride?
Yeah.
Good. Moving on. Corcel has announced a sequel to Metroidvania-style action title Eterno Blade, which hit PlayStation Vita in the first quarter of this year. Drawing a lot from the original game, including the time manipulation mechanic, Metroidvania elements, and more, Eterno Blade 2 is currently set to hit PlayStation Vita in the second quarter of next year. We don't have much yet to go with that, though characters Freya and Bernard have been revealed. Freya's life is improved following the time paradox created in the original game. However, a new universal time effect has occurred in response, pushing her to take up the Eternal Blade once more. And Bernard is a quiet young knight with a kind heart. Heavy weapons are his offensive tact of choice. That's all we've heard for now, but you can be sure they'll be bringing more information our way before that Q2 release window. And the last piece of news. NIS America is bringing over another Atelier game. This time they're bringing a limited physical edition too. Atelier Esha and Logi Plus, Alchemists of the Dusk Sky, is set 4 years after the beginning of Atelier Aisha. Damn it, now you're screwing me up, Tyler. It takes place in a faraway land west of the Twilight Land, where two new alchemists, the named protagonists, are new members of the local administration's R&D division. While learning the ropes of alchemy, protagonists Esha and Logi gather companions and attempt to unlock the secrets of a nearby floating ruin, all the while using their blossoming skills to help citizens that are still recovering from a catastrophic event known as the Dusk. Sound good? Well, it's coming our way in just under 3 months, and will even feature a limited edition physical run. Priced at $54.99, the limited physical edition comes with a physical Vita copy of the game, a 36-page full-color softcover art book, a 30-track single-disc soundtrack with jewel case, a tear-resistant poster 18 inches by 24 inches, and a collector's box. The game releases January 20th in North America and Europe, with the limited physical edition shipping out a day earlier on January 19th. Pre-orders are available on NIS America's web store. Are you excited to get back into some alchemy? And that's the news.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed, Tyler.
Well, all right.
So, yes, now that the news is over. Tyler, talking points.
That's what we normally
Announced release games we're looking forward to from the week. Inform us to your wise decisions, oh Tyler 1.
All right. There's actually not too much here that interests me too much, but I think there's 3 games total. That Grand Kingdom game sounds kind of interesting. Tactical RPG goodness. I've been wanting to play some Hatsune Miku, so I don't know. I've been keeping my eye on those games, and I need to pick one up eventually. And I'm not super interested in it, but it just sounds funny as hell. That Uppers game that I read at the very beginning with the boob motoring boaters. It just sounds really stupid and funny, so I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, that's why you're getting it, Tyler.
Anyways, yeah. Other than that, there's really not much here that I want. What about you, Kyle?
All right, so for me, I'm kind of excited about the Helldivers update. I haven't got back into that yet, or even updated, but I'm excited for it, and once I get some time, I'll be poking back into that because I need to get back into that game really badly. Also, Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax Ignition. I gotta play the first one probably because I don't know if this one's necessarily going to make its way over here. But it's interesting, and I wish we had all those extra characters. I wish, Tyler. Hatsune Miku Project Diva X interests me, but I have to play the second one first and finish, I guess, the first one, because I've kind of played through it, but I need to go back. It's one of those, I'll get to it, and never do. And then the first 2 games that we read in the news, Uppers, which sounds pretty badass. I don't know, though. I have to see it in real action to know for sure, but it sounds badass at least. And Valkyrie Drive Bikuni, which I'm watching the anime, and it's one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen. I can't believe that they can put that on TV, and I want to see how bad the game is, because if it's anything like the anime, it's going to be either censored all the hell or never make it over here. Yeah, it's crazy shit. Don't watch with kids in the room or play around anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what sounds good to me from the week, Tyler.
Sweet. Well, all right. We already talked about podcast 100, but just a quick reminder: this Sunday, November 1st, we'll be doing a live stream, episode 100, at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there. Be there. Be there.
Or be square. Bitch!
All right. So, yeah, I don't need to talk too much about that. We mentioned it at the very beginning, so you should already know. Anyways, we've also got Extra Life coming up. That would be the following weekend after this one. We've got it starting on Saturday at 8 in the morning. We're going to be live streaming for 24 hours. That's right. 24 hours. It's gonna
Of Vita Gaming. Dun dun dun.
It's going to totally ruin my schedule. I'm so excited.
Sweet.
So go to extra-life.org, look up the Vita Lounge team. You can see our full schedule of what we're playing at what time. So you have no excuse not to join us. No excuse. Yeah. You should also, if you got some extra bucks, donate to us. It's going to Seattle Children's Hospital, so it's for kids that are in need, and it's for a great cause. So help us out by helping them out. No, help them. Nope. It's one of those ways.
Help everybody out. Just help us.
Yeah. That's good. All right. There we go. Let's head on to that listener mail, shall we?
Alrighty, so the first bit of listener mail is from Eli Serafian at Eli Serafian, ELISARAFIAN on Twitter, and they ask 2 questions. Here's the first one. If you worked at Sony, what would you add to the Vita? What do you think, Tyler?
Support.
Yeah.
We talk about it a lot. I mean, all Sony has to do is fucking care for it, and they'd be doing a lot better. They blame the mobile market, like cell phones and whatnot, for the downfall of the Vita, or the lackluster projections of what they thought was going to happen, all that, but it's really all about them. People that were enticed by what they offered at the very beginning with all these AAA titles and, like, you know, console gaming on the go, advertisements that they had all at the beginning, and then they're just like, well, it's not selling. Let's just slowly stop caring about it. That's going to help, right? Yeah. It did, didn't it? Anyways, yeah, that's what I would do if I worked for Sony. I'd be that one guy that probably gets fired for, like, come on, guys, the Vita's still going. They're like, well, we don't know how to do that. We're Sony. Anyways, do I sound salty?
Just a little, Tyler. Just a little.
Just a little. What about you, Kyle?
Alright, so, yeah, I'm gonna pull a Tyler here, and I'm gonna say some marketing, or a marketing team of the Vita Lounge. Because I think this is one of those things where it's a sleeper hit in its own way because nobody knows about it. So, we've talked about this a million times before. I'm not going to go over it in detail. Nobody knows about the Vita. You can take one, walk down the street, and say, hey, what's this? To everybody you see, and probably 1 in 10 people will say PSP, and the rest of them will be like, I have no idea. Because nobody marketed it. So that's the biggest issue I think we have. I think even right now, if Sony went, oh, hey, we should market Vita, and started marketing it, it would turn around. Like, if people know about it, they will buy it. If they don't, they won't. It's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they could just come out and have, like, I mean, you know how they talked about how their first-party developers, like, aren't working on any Vita titles?
Right.
Like, they literally just need to have them do that. Like, make them work on it, and if they announce that 3 of their main developers are working on exclusive Vita games, people are going to, like, you know, their ears are going to perk up, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Like, people are going to get interested, but they're over here like, oh, we're done with the support with the first-party stuff, and it's like, well, cool, Sony, this is all your fault. Does not have anything to do with the consumers out there. So
yeah, this one's definitely not on us.
Anyways, we talked about that a lot on this show. So what's the next part here, Kyle?
All right, so this is kind of an interesting one. Um, Killzone or Borderlands, Tyler?
It's a difficult question to ask because they both have their positives and they both have their negatives and they both have their circumstances of when you want to play either one. I mean, they're both shooters. Um, Borderlands is open world and mission based, so you can run around doing whatever the hell you want and do missions, whereas Killzone is, it's got a set story and then you've got, your multiplayer, so if I feel like kind of not thinking too much and just zoning out and having a good time with some friends, Killzone, because I can play with 8 people and we can just party chat and just shoot the shit while shooting some shit. So I would go for that one. But if I'm wanting a big world to explore and wanting to level up my character and search for guns and loot and all that fun stuff, I'm gonna go with Borderlands. So it's really hard to pick one. If I had to choose one to play like for the rest of my life, like I couldn't play the other one, I would probably go with Borderlands just because there's more to do. I think on the Vita, the better game is Killzone. I'm not doing the best here, am I, Kyle? I'm picking one.
No, not really.
So yeah, it's kind of a difficult thing to ask, I guess. But they're both great games. I think if you're here we go. If you're buying a Vita and you have to choose between the two, grab Killzone. It shows how good a game can look and feel and play on the console.
All right, you done making a choice there, Tyler?
Yeah.
All right, so my answer is going to be a lot more simple than that. Killzone.
Yeah.
I'm not a Borderlands fan. If you watched the video that I put up yesterday showing this morning-ish, showing the patch that they just put out for expanding the memory and making some tweaks to make it run better, you'll know I'm shit at the game, like absolutely fucking horrible, and it doesn't help that I don't like it much, so yeah. Killzone all the way.
Well, all right, there we go. Thank you, Eli, for your questions. Let's jump into the next one, shall we? And it is from Jonathan Fogarty. He says, I was wondering if PlayStation ain't supporting the Vita anymore, why don't they drop the price of the memory cards? Or for that matter, why don't they drop the price of the Vita too? Thanks for your time. Long live the Vita. Via email. So, Kyle, you agree? Disagree? Should they? Should they not?
Okay, it's not a should they not, it's a why don't they. Well, why they don't is because they have no idea what they're doing. So, just to be completely honest and blunt right there, it seems like the Vita team just has no idea what they're doing. They don't market, they don't, fix the things that people say that are wrong with the Vita, like, being able to set premium avatars and stupid little things that would make people so much happier and would reduce complaints about the Vita from the people who have it. And they completely ignore shit like that. So really, why don't they? Because they don't care, don't want to, don't see the point in it. I don't know, they're lost causes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they could do a lot with dropping the price of the memory cards and dropping the price of the system, but will they anytime soon? Maybe, but I wouldn't hold your breath about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you, John, for your question. That is it for the listener mail, right, Kyle?
Absolutely.
Well, all right, let's jump into check this out. It's a game that I have to pick, and I totally forgot what I was going to pick, but I think I have one because it's been talked about in this episode. And that is going to be Helldivers. I've mentioned it before, I think, and check this out, but I'm going to do it again because they just constantly update this game and keep feeding you stuff. So it's a game that I need to actually jump back into, and hopefully you will pick this one up, and then maybe we can play together, because it's a fun game to play with friends, or a terrible game to play with friends because you kill each other, and then you get mad at each other, and then you never talk to each other again. So be careful.
I don't know, Tyler. We've killed each other quite a few times with some pretty dumb shit, and we're still talking to each other.
That's true, but it's been funny as hell.
Yes, it does.
It's
Yes,
not
it
like out of anger, like you do something and it pisses me off and I shoot you. It's like, I'm dropping in this thing here, alright, let's do it. And then, and it's like, ooh, awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great game, though. It plays really well on the Vita. I reviewed it a while back and gave it a pretty damn good score. I had a lot of fun with it, so you should definitely check it out. And that's it. Kyle, threads? We got some threads?
No threads, Tyler.
Well, we do have a forum to go to with tons of threads. We don't have one to mention here, but there's a ton of stuff always being talked about, so definitely head out there and see what's up.
Yeah, the forum has been really busy lately, so if you're looking for some place to talk, it's definitely the place to go for Vita.
Yes. Well, all right. That's it for us. You want to get out of here, Kyle?
Sounds like a plan, my friend.
Sweet. I can't wait for Sunday, Kyle. Episode 100.
Ooh, wait till we start that. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great. I hope to see you guys there. You better be there. Anyways, let's get out of here. If you got listener mail or comments, contact us via media services at thevitalounge.net. You can find everything we talked about at thevitalounge.net. The news, reviews, featured articles, store updates, podcast, a community forum, and a magazine, both digital and physical. You can support the site and get physical copies of the magazine via patreon.com/thevitalounge. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at The Vita Lounge. I'm at Mr. PSVITA Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. On Facebook, just search The Vita Lounge. We're also on YouTube. Kyle's been posting a ton of stuff, as he mentioned earlier. YouTube.com/loungeplay. Go subscribe, check it out. There's tons of videos. Also, this podcast is available on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, YouTube, and via direct download on the site. So subscribe to us on those platforms and let us know how we're doing. Give us a rating. That's it. This is the last double-digit episode, Kyle.
The last, Tyler.
The last. There will never be another double-digit Vita Cast.
Straight up.
Yo.
Yeah.
Dog.
Homie.
Skillet.
Motorboat ass bastard.
Sinran Kagura.
Bopper drop a Cody.